Hey, this is Renee with Science Loves Art and 4th Street Studios. We have got 5 projects ready for you for your Make Art Summer Camp kits. If you don't have the kits, that's fine. Just follow along. We've created these projects for a tacos and other summer camps. This playlist and all of the projects on our website experiment with marbling on tons of materials, how to make handmade gifts. So check them all out and share them with your friends and family and enjoy making art. This first project is all about Suminagashi marbling, how it works, and experimenting and creating your own style. Let's marble! Your kit includes a lot of supplies, more that is shown here, but for this first project you're going to get out your 6 Suminagashi inks that are going to last you forever, your palette, and you're going to get out your 2 brushes, and also empty your tin. You'll need those other supplies later, but for now we're going to use that tin as our marbling space. All right, so pick out, you've got your work area, you've got your palette, and you've got your brushes. Now you're going to pick 2 colors. I'm going to select blue and yellow, I think, for my beginning. So you can just drop like 4 or 5 drops in there. You are not going to need much, because if you add too much at this point, you're going to waste your ink. But you can always add a little bit more later. The main thing to remember is you're going to have 1 brush for each color, all right? And you're going to barely touch the top of the water. Barely touch the top of the water. So I'm going to use yellow and blue, and I'm using this clear tray just so that it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. I'm going to hold my brushes upright, not like this, because I want little circles. This is the traditional Suminagashi technique I'll show you first. You may not have seen that, but this yellow expanded. The more times you apply your paint, the more you'll be able to see your colors, because you're filling up the top of your water, which is your canvas, with the paint. See how the circles just keep pushing out? Hopefully you can see this. Just keeps expanding. There's so many techniques I'm going to show you today, but you're going to find your own way of creating marbling. Now make sure you have your paper ready to go. The paper that we have in your kit is folded, so just cut it along the lines to start out with. All right, I've got my rice paper. Just to keep the air bubbles out, I'm going to start with a little bit of a curve like this. And I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Now it'll print whatever's on top of my water. So that is not going to go away or fade, just like a watercolor painting might do that. Look how great. Look how beautiful. So I'm using my water to rinse my brush out, and also it eliminates anything that's on the top, which sometimes it's fun to leave extra on the top. I'll show you in a little bit. You think when you print you've got it all, but really there's these little edges sometimes that we can capture. I'll show you what I mean here. We'll do it on this one. So they're both warm colors, like the sunset. Okay, that looks pretty good. Do you see the water is moving still a little bit? It's fun to just take your time and see what the paint does. See what your water does. See how everything changes. I'm going to print that. 1, 2, 3. Now this is kind of what I just talked about. We thought we were starting out with clear water, but look, we had blue in there from before. Very nice. Okay, let's make a few more here. Barely touch the water. And you know, I'm only dipping the paint, my paintbrush in the paint when my brush feels like it doesn't have much ink. It's not expanding enough. I just see how it just expanded pretty good. Now I could put a dot over here. I could put a dot over here. See how it pushes the other colors out? And some colors push out more than others. Some colors are really lightweight and push out. Now you only have 2 brushes, but let's say you want to add a little bit of blue here. You can use the back of your brush and just make a little, and sometimes having 1/3 color is kind of a fun little composition. Okay, so we've got colors all around here that we didn't apply just now, but they were there from before. So I'm going to see if I can get some of those on this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, see these little colors on the outlying areas? Every time you do this, it's going to be different. You can never plan everything. It's always different. It's moving and pushing and twirling. These are fun for parties or special events. I really like that one. It's very subtle. Still just moving a little bit. It's almost like the red and blue made their own purple. Let's see what it looks like. I like it. Now you've got orange as an option, you've got green, you've got black. So just keep going. And you know, I just added a little bit to my palette and I've already created 6 paintings. So you can see that you don't need much, right? All right, we have made a lot of art today, so make sure that when you're finished, at the end of the day, you rinse your brushes out. You can just use your water. Rinse out your palette. You can either wash it in the sink, but just make sure that you clean it out every day so that you're ready for the next day.